Hi, good evening. My name's Hagar Hatchard and welcome to Boost 307. Yet another YouTube vlog, video presentation about business, property, coaching, mentoring, you may say to yourselves. So we're doing this on Friday night in southwest London in the UK after a pretty busy week. And I just wanted to introduce you to this process. What is Boost 307? So Boost 307 is effectively you being in property and in business, and we've had some pretty major changes. We're doing this at the beginning of 2020. So obviously with what's going on in the world, globalisation, we've obviously had a general election in the UK. We're just about the withdrawal agreement and we're just about to go through Brexit. And we just thought this would be a really good year, start of this year, to start something that we've been building up over a year. As you can see from my carefully arranged props, okay, a £5 note, albeit an old one, and 307. So why Boost 307? So the idea here, very simply, is we wanted to start a business from scratch, utilising all our skill sets that we've been building up over 10 years. So what we wanted to do was, we feel this is a new chapter in business. It's not just real estate and property. We kind of wanted to give our American cousins a bit of a send-off here. They seem to be particularly good in this space in terms of social media, your Grant Cardones, your Gary Vaynerchuks. And what we wanted to simply do is to sort of put a British perspective on it in terms of starting from scratch. You can see it's pretty basic in here. I'll tell you how new it is. We haven't actually got our branding out at the moment, but we will in the next couple of videos. This is a simple introduction about what it is. It's not so much about me as a personality, it's probably more about the business behind it and the people behind it. So the whole idea is that we've got probably over 100, 150 years of business experience, real estate, property experience from our mentoring and coaching team. We've got a series of courses that we've got in there, huge amount of experience. And what we wanted to do was try and put that together in terms of the beginning of 2020. Pretty safe to say in the UK with the uncertainty of Brexit, we're now just about to enter a new phase. And we just thought this would be a great time to use all those existing skills in terms of the team members, but put it out in a different way. Okay, our coach programs will be a little bit shorter. Our training courses will be a bit shorter. If you're attending the courses here, and this is I'm not a salesperson, as you can obviously see. The idea here is that we just wanted to bring that piece there. We wanted to bring social media in, and we just wanted everything fresh. What we didn't want is to have courses that were maybe set up with previous organisations, where courses were probably 10 years old. When you're updating those type courses, you tend to use the old infrastructure. So it's like a Boeing product. We've got the 737 MAX at the moment. Is let's start anew. New decade. We're through the Brexit piece here, a lot of uncertainty. All of a sudden now there's a bit more optimism. We just thought let's start fresh and new. We've got these people, these guys in our team with massive experience here. So in terms of coaching you in business, not just real estate, but in running an SME. In America, you've got 27 million businesses. We call them mom and pop businesses. In the UK, we're running at about 4 to 5 million businesses where we want to occupy the space about running a business. Okay, in the Brexit piece, it's very clear the business environment's changed, globalisation, online presence, and you go, well, what's that got to do with real estate? Quite a lot. So that's the piece here. We want to appeal to people who've been in business, had struggled through Brexit, and we go, okay, we've got systems we can help. If you've got a dispute with the builder, if you've got a problem on the project, if the numbers haven't worked, if your exit lend with the banks, and the banks have been certainly drawing in over the last few years, and just a word of note here, so we've got Shawbrooks, Aldermoors, we've got Amicus, we've got Together, Redwood Banks. This series of videos and vlogs, we're going to be doing approximately one a week. Sometimes it'll be one-on-one. Sometimes we'll have interviews where we've got myself and my colleagues will be interviewing industry experts. There'll be motivational speakers in there. We've got a really good lineup there. So the idea then is to sort of re-engage with business. Your mentorship coaching, maybe where you're a newbie in the industry, either property or business, and you need leadership. It might be a case of something's not working so far, and you want to come at that space and say, I need help here. Yeah, if it's disputes with builders, if it's problems with finance here, the team can help there. So it's pretty all-encompassing. mentoring, coaching courses. It might be a monthly subscription service. You might want to live stream in. Remember, it's not just UK. We're looking at our American cousins. We've got clients from all around the world. So we've got Hong Kong, Singapore, Australia, New Zealand, Europe. I've even got clients in Outer Mongolia and South America. So the idea here is to occupy this space. We want a large conference at the end of November, so we're going to be again doing training, networking, and it's a case of in the modern space now, when you become an entrepreneur, you're into the property space, it's quite lonely. So now what we want to do is have a process where we're mentoring, where we might be able to give you 12-month support as opposed to shorter periods. It's about accountability. Running a business is hard work, and what we want to do is, my mission, I'm ex-military, is to make sure that we've got 80% content. We want 15% of presentation, charisma and fun. I'm the serious guy in the model. We have got some fun guys in there, and then there'll be the usual 5% sales. I don't want it the other way around. So it's real business, real world. It's people who've made mistakes, had challenges, had successes. We want to share that into the community as well. We want to occupy the social media space. So that's something in real business I don't think is being put over very well. It's very good starting out. What we want to do is we want to run our social media platforms. We're going to be teaching that course. Often in business, there seems to be a theme at the moment about mental health, about work-life balance, about health, fitness, diet. It might be NLP. We may be going down the Tony Robbins route there in terms of putting that over here and saying you're going to be working really hard on your business. What about your family and your friends? And that often can get forgotten. So all of a sudden with social media, we've got health and fitness there. It's about accountability, and we want to be able to do that. We want to create a tribe, so you just don't go and do a one-off. You read a book, you have a coach mentor session, you have a period here. It's a case of stay with that tribe. In the military, you have your regiments and your subunits, etc. It might be your football team, it might be your rugby team. So the idea here is we're creating a tribe where we want to be able to support people through. And I think that's probably in the industry where sort of health, fitness and diet isn't being brought in, and work-life balance into business. I think the social media piece isn't being, and what we want to do is try and streamline it so it all comes together. So an exciting year. We're going to start out with £5 in the account now, and we'll look at what our target is, which I'll share with you through the vlogs. We're aiming to do one of these approximately every week, subject to travel, business, etc., international travel being on sites. We will do one-on-ones. I've got a couple of other colleagues that will be doing one-on-ones. We're going to be interviewing some really cool people, industry experts, real people, real world. It's not theory, this is real. We're going to have motivational guys here, just something a bit different, and it's going to be quite eclectic. I think it's going to be motivational for you, and what we want you to do is basically come and join the tribe, if you want to use that expression, and follow us for a year. You know, I feel a little bit a bit foolish being on camera. Nobody likes to do that, certainly with a military background, but the idea here is we want to create something. We want to create something different. It's a new decade. Things are fresh. It's exciting. Property's property, real estate, business now. And I think not just the UK, because this is a global piece here, we just want to be able to approach this a bit different. It's fresh, it's exciting, it's new. We want to do 2-day mentoring courses. We want to do 2-day courses. We want to be able to utilise the trainers and the instructors' time better with your time. Time is the big thing that sometimes, certainly in the political system in the UK with Brexit uncertainty over the last 3.5 years, I think is something coming back. People probably now in the UK have been looking in on each other a little bit. I think now there's this whole piece of trying to work a bit more harmoniously, that healing piece. And I personally think with the environment, so we're going to be looking at all the hot topics. You may go, yeah, well, building industry is not exactly renowned with its concrete in terms of being particularly user-friendly for the environment there. Where the environment, I see that globally, where that's going to bring people together. You know, you've got Greta Thunberg, you've got Mr. Attenborough doing his piece for that there, and I think that's going to be really cool. So it's property, it's business, it's environment, it's social media, it's health. And if we bring this together, I think we're going to have an exciting year. Okay, watch me personally make a fool of myself over the next 52 weeks. Hopefully we're going to have some guys here where they'll bring some real value and follow us. You can dip in and dip out. You can come to the UK. If you want to live stream in, that's all good. And let's see how the years go. Let's see where we can start with our £5, albeit the old denomination there, and see what turnover we could create. One final thing here, I've got a particular why here, and say, well, what is the reason behind this here? I had some people, and we're all the same, you've been supported at school, your mums and dads, etc. I was pretty lucky getting supported at school. I had the military support me through, and I had some people who trusted me, who believed in me in my early business ventures. And what we're doing, they're setting this up under a shareholders agreement, and this is a little bit of payback. I want to get those banks who've made us struggle over, don't forget, a lot of our teams have been working in the recession, the austerity period in the UK afterwards, compliance and regulation, and we've been in this environment of withdrawal, the Brexit withdrawal uncertainty period. It has been really challenging. So two things there is we want to pay those banks back where your average person in the street bailed them out, and also this is a really big thank you to my guys who supported me in my other ventures here, because what I'd like to personally do is give some shareholding and value back of this business, and we'll see where we are on the 1st of January this year, our first vlog, and where we are coming out of Christmas. It'll be a journey, I'm sure. It'll be about property business. It'll be about sharing people's successes. We're going to be bringing something really eclectic, really different, really vibrant. And I love the Americans. I've worked a lot with the American military over the years, and we want to give some of their guys, your Gary Vaynerchuk's, Grant Cardone's, Tim Ferriss, Brian Tracy, some really, really good observers in there. It'd be great to be able to interview those and just give the British perspective, because I think the Brits were a little bit undersold sometime, and we want to sort of do that special relationship. And we want to reach out to our clients around the world as well. So have fun, welcome to the team, and look forward to seeing you and speaking to you in the next few weeks.